Welcome, everyone, to Inspire You. I'm Karen Vaughn from 106.7 WTLC. And today I'm excited about this conversation. I'm speaking with three women that are doing amazing things in the community and taking home care by storm. Yes, talking about home care, taking care of your loved ones. They are the gurus here in Indianapolis. So I will bring our panel in. First, Trina Williams, known as Coach Trina, the CEO of Business as Usual, the number one home care consulting agency in the Midwest. Also, Tiara Compton, the CEO of A Loving Touch Home Care, client of Business as Usual, and Tashanti Hamilton, caregiver of Cherished Lives Personal Care Services. Welcome, ladies, and how are you?
Good.
Good,
How
how
are
are
you?
you?
I'm doing good. I love what you're doing, taking care of lives and saving lives, and just seeing women come together and using their resources for the greater good is just amazing. So, again, thank you all for being here. And we'll jump right in. Coach Trina, I love the name, Coach Trina, just coaching everybody up. What motivated you to become a home care consultant and open business as usual consulting?
Well, I was going through the process of opening up my own home care agency. Um, the person that I hired, basically, it didn't go through basically. So I had to go through my policy and procedures. I reached out to a friend. She helped me out to get everything that I needed to get going. And what made me open up a consultant agency was I was sitting at the table with a couple of my friends, and I was like, okay, so I'm about to open up a home care. Let me help y'all open up a home care. One of the things I feel like is important for us is to make sure that we're not the only ones at the table eating. I want to make sure that everybody else around me that was in the field can also eat at the table. So that's what made me open up my consulting agency, Business as Usual, to be able to help people in the community. So it started with them too, and then we just been going ever since. So we have helped 120 plus people to open up their home care agency. We are so excited. One of the things that we love to do is make sure that we are changing our financial wealth in our community and making a difference in our community.
Mhm. No, I love that. And how did you connect with the two ladies that have joined us today, Tiara and Tashanti?
Well, Tia is one of my clients that came through Business as Usual. I'm excited about what Tia is doing also in the community. She took off when she opened up. She took off. I think Tia been going now probably like maybe 6 months, and she is a success story in the
Right.
making. So I'm so excited about what she's doing in our community. Tashani is she's been with me since almost the beginning of opening up my home care agency. She's like my number one person. Listen, if I don't have to answer any questions. She's going to make sure she has the mind of Trina, what needs to be taking place if I'm not there. So
Mhm.
she is my right hand person to make sure things are being taken care of, just in case I'm not able to take care of it.
Nice. And any one of you can jump in on this question. Why is it so important to have your tribe in this business?
I'll answer that. There's
Okay.
times where you're very overwhelmed and you feel like giving up, and there are people there. When you have your people there with you, they help you get through those, trials and tribulations. And when you're having meltdowns, they're just there, your backbone to help you. And when things are getting overwhelming, they can step in because this job can really be overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else?
I think it's important to have a team. You can't do it by yourself. One thing I created after I think I hit 10 clients, I started bringing a team on with me because I realized that I couldn't be HR, accounting, client care coordinator, going out and getting clients. I couldn't do it all. I think it's important to make sure that you have a team with you, a great team, that y'all all on the same page, reaching the goals that you're trying to get to together as a team.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
can step in and say something about that. In the beginning, when I first started just talking to Trina, I was everything. I was everything. She's like, no, you need to bring some people in. You need to get your help. You're overwhelmed. And I listened to her because in the beginning, I was overwhelmed. And like she said, I grew really fast. So, like the first 2 months, I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely need a team because this is getting overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, I see behind you, Katrina, your tribe and your team with your collage of women behind you. Very inspiring to see. You don't just talk about it, you are about it. So, um, Again, that's great to see. So Shanti, I want to pull you into the conversation. How has working in the home care industry fulfilled your passion for caring for others? And what motivates you to continue in the field?
What motivated me to get into the field of home care was because my grandfather got real sick and it was like drastic. So he passed away and I was like the last person to see him alive, take his last breath. And I was like, well, dang, what could I have done to help him still be here?
Now take your time. I know it's hard, and we can see that your grandfather is the light that helps you help other people. It's all right. Take your time. We're here for you.
It was kind of like he was our backbone. So
Mhm.
nothing stood for anything without him. He was papa to everybody and he just had the biggest heart. So when we lost him, it was just like, okay, what could you have done to help this situation? So it gave me the motivation to be like, I need to go out into the community and help our elderly. Um, Figure out a way to make sure they're at home, healthy. Um, I would take my grandma to the grocery store, and we would go to 3, 4, 5 different grocery stores. And one day, I'm like, Grandma,
Mhm.
why are we going to all these stores? And so, like, it's always just been a passion for me to help our elderly, our not so much all of our elderly either. Like, we have clients that are, have learning disabilities or, struggle with everyday living things. And it's just kind of always been a passion for me after the loss of my grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah. There are occurrences that happen in our lives with our family that really spark our purpose and our passion. And it's a way of honoring them and honoring the work. So we appreciate you. We do. And I see Patrina is here and she's leaned into your story and I feel like you got a little emotional too. Um, we're here to help each other and we could cry through it and we could smile
Yes.
through it. And that's what business, really is about. Helping each other to be successful and then helping the community and having a servant heart.
Yes. This one thing I love about what we do is there's a lot of people that really need our services and not realizing that they need our services. And it's good for us to get out here in the community because there are a lot of elderly people don't know that we can service them and be able to help them get the service that they need in their community. So we are so excited about what we do in our community to be able to service our people that needs our help. And it is a lot of people that needs our help out here in our community.
Yeah. So in starting, a business in home care, what are the first steps that you need to take? Right? Because it's not an easy business. You're dealing with families and someone's livelihood, right? And in starting this type of unique business, right? What are the first steps that you have to take in order to not only be successful, but just have your business in order?
Mhm. So what I tell my clients is first thing first, when you come up with your name to open up your home care, you have to make sure that your name basically is a home care name. We can't put health in our name because we're not a home health care. We are a non-medical home care agency. So just put in things in place to have a successful business. One of the things that I created, and even for my team or even for clients that come through me, we created a service team. And what our service team is, just like I said before, I was HR, accounting. So what I did was I created a service team. So with our service team, we have accounting on our team, we have HR, we have a billing agency, We have a client care coordinator and a staffing agency. And then also we run on another service, which is where we get our background checks and our and fingerprints and all of them services that we need. I created this because I feel like I was doing a lot in the beginning by myself, and I think it will be helpful if we had these different services in place that say you don't want to bill, say you don't want to go out here and find clients. We put these people in place to be able to service, have the services to help you to grow your business. And one of the things that we do probably 6, 7 times a year is we have a workshop, and in this workshop we have a home care workshop, and we put tools and skills in place to make sure you are successful in this field. And anybody know Coach Trina, that you can call me all during the day, because if you have a question or something that you need, I want to make sure that you are successful. I don't want to give you your policy and procedures and send you on your way. That is not the goal. The goal is to make sure that we are successful in this field and making a difference in this field.
No, absolutely. Um, I have a question for Tara. The strategies that you've put in place, right, that you've learned from Coach Trina, how have they made a difference in the quality of care that your home care agency delivers and your agency's financial success?
Um, So first, I want to say thanks to Coach Trainer. She's definitely what she says she is. Like I call her. It doesn't matter what time of night. It could be 8, 9 o'clock at night. If I have a question, she's going to answer. And she's definitely been a mentor for me. Some of the things I've learned by just being around her, and then a lot of it is not even like direct words that she's given me. It's just being around her, just her presence, and this seeing the way she runs her business. I sit back and I take mental notes. Like, okay, this is what I need to do. We had a conversation not too long ago about interview process of how someone come in with their interview. In the beginning, I was having a high turnover. I was having a real high turnover with employees because I didn't have that assertiveness, to turn someone away and say, hey, you're not right. The way your appearance wasn't right. They may have cuts in their jeans or things like that. And I was just still do the interview with them and, send them into the home, and 2 weeks later I'm looking for another employee. So one time we had a conversation about that, and you know at that point I just listened to her and I was like, yeah. So I start turning people away, like, you're not dressed properly, you're not prepared for this, so how can I feel like you're prepared to go do a job and represent a loving touch in the best way possible? So just small things like that help me. And with the financial part, I started off really small. I started off in the beginning, I only had a few clients, and then it was just kind of like word of mouth. Just I put a good name out there for myself. Everyone has good things to say about a loving touch. So it's just like referral. Like, oh, I work for this company and she does this. She does. I take care of my employees. If I don't care if you're a manager or a caregiver, I take care of my employees and I stay giving back. It's not a one man show here. We all are an important part of a loving touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share, and either anyone can take this question, your marketing strategies and how you market your business to the masses?
Well, Tia, I'm gonna let you take that because you took off. So if you can.
Okay. So my marketing strategy, like I said, a lot of my clients are a word of mouth. Before I started in this business, I my so before I started, I always worked in the healthcare field. I had a great relationship with a lot of people. I have a really good relationship with Eskenazi, and just because of who I am and who I know, they refer a lot of clients to me. I still do the initial one-on-one. I go meet my clients firsthand. I want them to see who I am, see the face of the business, and just get their own feel for me. So a lot of my clients, I can walk in and they're like, yeah, I want you. Before we even have a conversation, I really tell them about a loving touch. It's just all about your rapport. And a lot, like that's a lot of my clients is, okay, they'll come in and then they'll tell their aunt, and their aunt didn't know about the services, and I give them everything. I'm not one that hold information. I tell them everything. And I tell them initially, regardless if you go with a loving touch or not, I don't care. Whatever information you need, I'll give that to you. Whatever, I'll help you through the process. So a lot of my clients came from, okay, I have their aunt, and now their grandmother needs the services or their cousin needs the services, and that's how I grew really rapidly. Just really by word of mouth. But now I'm finding trying to get more into the marketing. Um, going to different homes and putting my flyers there, things like that. But a lot of it in the very beginning was just word of mouth for me.
So, Karen, I can share on our side basically how we market. A lot of times we do like park benches. We're out in the community. Again, building relationships with caseworkers are so important. Once you build that relationship and you're taking care of the caseworkers, clients, they always put a good word into you, into about cherishing lives, personal care services. Tashani does a good job when she goes out and meet our clients, and they build that relationship with her. So she's more like, she goes out in the community more than I do now, because we do run about 3-4 other companies inside of our company now. So she's more like the person that's out there. But we do a lot of marketing. I'm always on. Anybody know me? I'm on social media probably 3-4 times a day. I am always putting stuff out there. Social media is one of the number one advertising piece. I tell people 95% of the time people have their phones in their hand, and
Yeah.
that's where we need to market at, is make sure we're marketing on social media. And you got friends and family on social media. It's how Facebook. So your friends and family on there that need services. So we market a lot like that out out there in the community.
And I can touch on what Trina said as well. Yeah, building those relationships with case managers is definitely important. I mean, there's times I get up in the morning and I have 3 or 4 different referrals saying, "Hey, do you have staff for this client or that client?" Because I've built a good relationship and the clients are saying good things about the company. So as long as you have a good reputation out there, those case managers will send you new clients.
I love hearing all of your success stories and that your businesses are thriving. Let's bring it back to ground zero when you were just starting out and starting. If you can give me a couple of steps, like the first 3 steps when you have this idea and it's budding into a business or it's a thought of a business, what steps do you have to go through when you're starting your business as a startup?
So one of the things that I say, when you're thinking about opening up a home care agency, I always sit down with my clients. I do one-on-one. Most of the people I do a one-on-one session with, basically giving them the overview of opening up a home care agency. I look at myself when I first got started. My testimony was I got fired. I got fired January the 31st of 2021. I was already going through the process, and when I got fired, I was like, okay, the game is on. It's time to do what we need to do. But it was a blessing, and some people don't look at. I look at me getting terminated was a blessing to me, because
Now look at you.
7 days later, I received my home care um, license. I got my provider number, and I was able to open up my company. But to get started, basically, to answer your question, um, again, it's just making sure that you have things in order to open up a home care agency. I didn't have no money when I opened up my home care agency, and that is the true statement. Did not. But when I say that Medicaid pays like the following week, I was able to pay my staff, and things like that. So the good thing about opening up a home care agency, if you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can bill on Friday, you get paid on that Wednesday. And that's how we started the business. And looking back from where I was today, I'm looking back where I was in 2021 of January, February until now. It's just over my, we're just so blessed to be where we at today. So, and just starting off was like, wow. But if you want it, if you hungry, we can eat out here if you're hungry. And so we can take care of our people also in the community. And I tell people, this is not a gimmick. I've seen people go from their first 9 months. They business and made $1 million their first 9 months. And I am one of them people. So I say to people that desire to open up a home care and be successful, you can't be successful. It's about the work that you put into it.
Mhm. Do you have to have experience in healthcare to open up a home care business?
You do not. You do not have to have experience. You got people that probably took care of their grandmother and they love what they do, and they decide to open up a home care agency. One of the things we do have, and let me tell you, that come through, we have RNs, real estate people, CNA. Somebody we probably worked at a warehouse. These people come in and they love it and just take off. And I'm excited. I just be excited to see people testimonies, and I see them on Facebook, or people will call me, or come to my office and just share the testimonies of where they at. And I'm just excited that we was able to be a part of their journey.
Yeah, yeah. It is all about the journey.
Yes.
So, where do you see yourself with business as usual 5 years from now?
Business
What's the
as usual.
goal?
Ooh, the goal. Well, the goal is going to be right now we're working with 11. We have 11 states that we're working with. So our goal 5 years from now is to be able to have like hundreds of people in different cities to be able to help them open up their non-medical home care agency. So that is our goal, is to grow the numbers and change the financial wealth in our community. And that's what I love, just to be able to say, hey, we went into communities and we was able to break generational curses. I mean, we break in bloodlines of folks that was in poverty and things like that. That's the exciting part, to see what we are doing in our community. And I love what we're doing. So that is the goal, to make sure that we can hit different cities and be able to go into their cities and almost like change the game in our financial wealth in our community, in the home care industry, so we could be able to take care of our people in our community.
If there is someone watching and they have a loved one that is in need, needs to be placed, need to be helped, what is the procedure of reaching out to any of your businesses?
They can reach us at cherishinglivespcs.com or 317-384-6540. We'll take their name and number, and we'll go out and do a meet and greet with that person. If they do not have Sequoia is one of the ways for them to get the services. We will help them set up with Sequoia. We'll go into their house. We'll make the phone call for them, help them make the phone call, and get them set up with Sequoia. So that's how we do it.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Just one phone call can change a life.
Yes.
Tiara, 6 months in, one word, describe how it's been.
It has been amazing. I mean, it's unbelievable. I have more than one. Like, it is crazy. Just thinking back, I literally just started this year. Before I met Trina, I was stuck for 4 months trying to figure out these policies and procedures, just sending different things to the state, and they're giving me all these developments back. And she markets herself great. I found her on social media. I found her on Facebook. I followed her group, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a leap of faith. And I called her. And she got me my stuff within a couple days. And then within 30 days, my waiver was approved, and I was just waiting on my number. And when I got my number, I held on to my number for like a month or so, and I called her, like, what am I supposed to do with that? She said, you are crazy. Start billing, start getting your clients. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I was so confused. But I mean, when I started, I just hit the ground running, and it has been, like I said, amazing and unbelievable. And I'm 9 months in, and just looking back at all the things I've done and how many people I've helped and what I've done for the community in this short amount of time is just, it's unbelievable. And I'm just ready for more, and I'm just ready to see what can happen, like within 5 years from now. Where will I be? And I have so many goals and so much aspiration. So yeah, Trina was definitely a blessing for me.
Thank you.
A leap of faith.
Yes, it was.
Leap of faith, and look at you now.
So,
That's awesome. Tashanti, tell us about where you are in your goals for caregiver cherishing lives.
Um, where am I at in my goals? I've had thoughts of opening up my own, but I haven't fully put anything behind it yet.
Okay. But a thought is good though. A thought is good. It all starts with a thought. And you have the Coach Trina to help you.
Yes, I do.
Trina, for those that are watching now and they're hearing the success stories, they're hearing what you all have gone through, and they want to sit down and have a conversation with you because you've helped so many people. Um, on the other side, are you just coaching those that want to get into the home care business, or are you also coaching those that want to open a business and help them with that process as well?
So we do both.
Okay.
So we we offer a lot of services. So the services we offer, we have different packages that we offer. Even with our services, we have a package that you can buy your policy and procedures with us and do a one-on-one session with Coach Trina. Or also we have another packet that we help you get your website, your logo, your business cards, and your policy and procedures, and then you still do a one-on-one with Coach Trina, a one-on-one session with Coach Trina. So we offer different packages, but we are here to make sure that you are successful in this field if this is something that you want to do. So basically, that is our goal, to make sure that any of our clients that come through business as usual is successful through business as usual. One of the things we also worked on, we have a pipeline, and the pipeline we're still in the process of going working through. In the pipeline through business as usual, basically we created a relationship with Community North Network, and different hospitals that we're being connected with. And what they do is anybody that's discharged, they'll send the client referral over to business as usual. We created a team of home care agencies. Right now we have 25 home care agencies. And what we do is once we get a client, that home care agency could say that was the first one, they get the client, then they move to the bottom of the list. And then we'll go from there. So we're just trying to make sure that we can do our best on our end to make sure that if you are struggling getting clients, we want to be able to help you to get clients. And that's just the heart of what we do, is trying to make sure that people are successful in this field. And what I say, nobody does what we do. Well, we the number one consultant agency in the Midwest, and we bring things to the table that nobody would even think about. And I thank God, and the glory don't go to me. The glory go to the man upstairs. That I thank God that he put the seed in me to be able to manifest what he gives me, and it come to pass. And when I say, Karen, like whatever I ask God for and he give it to me, he just blows our minds. We sit in this office like, we didn't ask God for this, and God did this, God did this, and God did this. So we are excited. And one of the things I want to share real quick, I know before we get off, is that we have a clothing line now, and it's called Millionaire, Billionaire, Trillionaires. Anybody come through my class, or if you hear me on Facebook or on any social media, we say to all my millionaires, my billionaires, and my trillionaires, hey. And we took that name, and we're like, it changed lives. I speak it. I said, this is what we speak out in the atmosphere, because that's what we are. We are the lenders, not the borrowers. So we need to know our place and what God has put us in. And that is our place, to make sure that we have, and we don't have to be out here and struggle if we don't want to. So we continue to speak that. So we have a clothing line now, and we are excited about, if you see behind Tierra, that is one of our sweatshirts. And we have different color sweatshirts, t-shirts, purses. We also have a bag now, a tote bag. So we are excited on the brand that we are putting out here, to allow people to know that you can be whatever you want to be. And we are excited about that.
Well, keep multiplying, my sister. I absolutely love it. And when we talk about inspire you, all three of you are inspiring. Just thank you for what you do and being a part of Inspire You, powered by Eskenazi Health. And just knowing that, you taking care of our community, we know that we are in good hands, building a business and taking care of those that need it most. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you.